Hey everybody, welcome back to the video. My name is Ted. I'm your coach of the Strike Strikers. And first off, before we begin the video, initially I didn't want to make this video initially just because like the draft for this specific draft, as you guys can see on the screen, took quite a while, and we didn't really have time to actually make like our own videos for our teams, so that's why I didn't want to do it initially. But due to unforeseen events with my opponent for week 1, that match had to be extended into next week. So now I do have time to make this, as you guys know right now. So yeah, as you guys can see on the screen, we're back again with the UGA Season 4. It's been a very long time since I last posted a video for the UGA. Basically back in late 2021, I believe, is when the last season ended. And if you guys haven't seen that, you guys should check my videos out for Season 3. I posted a few videos, not all of them. Some of them are on Twitch. So yeah, but yeah, I just want to go over a general rundown as to why I'm doing this video right now. But yeah, out of the 14 participants in the Kanto division, sorry, we were 11th pick out of 14, it kind of is good because like we're like the bottom 4 picks, but at the same time, like I prefer to be a higher pick most of the time, anyways. So it was a really good balance depending on how you look at it. And with my first pick, I was quite surprised why this. I was just really surprised that this Pokemon fell down all the way to number 11, just because like all the first 10 Pokemon that went in front of me were all good, but I kind of expected this Mon to go in like the top 5, or at least in the top 10 initially. But I managed to get it, and with the first Mon I managed to get with my first pick is Chien-Pao. I haven't used Chien-Pao this generation, so very excited to use it. Has really good stats, has a high base speed at 135, really good attack stat, has a decent diverse move pool. Let me bring up Showdown here and bring up the stats for myself here. But yeah, like 120 attack, 135 speed is really good. Pretty mediocre defenses, but that's expected out of a Uber/legendary Pokemon. Stutter Ruin obviously lowers the defense by 25% on all fronts, so including yourself as well. But it's still really broken ability, especially rolling around my team. I wanted to build a team that's specifically oriented with Chien-Pao, which I think I did really well with here. But yeah, like its move pool is really diverse. You know, we have Crunch, Ice Spinner, Ice Cold Trash for more damage as well. Like it gets Sacred Sword, Sucker Punch, it gets Ice Shard as well. So like a lot of good breaker options. And that's pretty good as well as supporting options as well. It gets Haze, it gets Taunt, it has Swords Dance if I want to boost my own attack, and it gets Snowscapes as well to boost its own defense in the snow, which is pretty cool. So yeah, very good supporting options along with its good attacking stab options. So yeah, I really like this Pokemon. I haven't used it before, so I'm excited to see how well it does for the team. And yeah, that's it for Chien-Pao. For my second pick, going back around again, I decided to attack the B tiers. Since I already picked my A tier in Chien-Pao, I could technically, in my second pick, I could have gone for a second A tier, but I felt like for my second A tier, I could have wait for a later round to pick that up, because I felt pretty safe waiting for my second A tier. So with my second pick in the B tier section, I picked up, as you guys can see, I picked up the Iron Moth. Again, majority of this team, I'm about to say right now, I've not used, so I'm just going into the season straight up blind. I've not used these Pokemon, so sorry. I'm learning basically everything about these Pokemon, so yeah. And for Iron Moth, has great stats, has 110 base speed, so it's really fast along with Chimpao. Its special attack obviously at 140, which is massive special attacking stat. Good Spadef wall, so I can take a few Spadef hits. Obviously, the other stats in HP, attack, and defense are pretty mediocre, but that's expected for balancing purposes. Has Cork Drive, so we can use the whatchamacallit, the item, Booster Energy. We don't have Electric Terrain on our team, sadly, so Booster Energy is probably the most preferred item that's going to be used on Iron Moth, but we can run other items, like we can run Scarf, we can run Life Orb, various other items that we can take advantage of. And yeah. As for its move pool, really diverse, you know, as Fire Dance, which is its main stab option in fire attacks. Energy Ball, Degleam, Discharge, Bug Buzz, Air Slash. I guess Hurricane as well to use in the rain. I guess Flash Cannon, Sludge Wave, which pairs really well with my lower picks, which we will get to later on in the video. Gets Struggle Bug as well, so we can lure special attackers. Acid Spray to those Spadef options as well is really good. So yeah, overall, really good special move pool. I really like it for that reason. As for like the supporting options, like it gets Whirlwind, we can set up our own Electric Terrain as well with it if we really wanted to, but I don't think it's going to be an option going forward. Gets T-Spikes as well if we want to set up this T-Spikes. Gets Agility and Morning Sun, so good recovery options. If we want to make ourselves faster, then Agility is a good option there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Iron Moth. Just a really fast special attacker. Pretty frail, but we got ways of supporting it, so yeah. I really like this Pokemon. I'm excited to use it. We'll just see what happens. Now for my third pick, I wanted to go a little bit more supporting options because of the way that Chimpao and Iron Moth is oriented to. So with my third pick, I decided to go with the Pachirisu. It's one of the 3 Follow Me users this generation, along with the Indeedee female and Mousehold. Yeah, I've used Pachirisu before in TGR, the previous double season, so I'm pretty much familiar with it. It's pretty fast at a base 95 speed. Sorry. It's really good supporting option as well. Like I mentioned before, it gets Volt Absorb, gets Pickup, but Pickup is pretty useless. So Volt Absorb is probably the preferred ability. Obviously, it gets Follow Me, which is the main option. Protects ourselves from electric attacks, so we can redirect those as well. As for other supporting options, it gets Encore, which I think is really valuable. If we can like Encore something to like a Trick Room or a Tailwind to negate that, is really good. It also gets Electric Terrain if we really wanted to as well. Gets Area Impulse and Charm, which are both very useful to my team. I'm pretty physically frail, so having Charm, having access to it, and lowering the attack by 2 stages is really good. We also get Helping Hand in both Rain Dance and Sunny Day, which is nice because Sunny Day boosts up the fire attacks from Iron Moth, and we also get Fake Tears, which also helps Iron Moth. So really good options. I really like Pachirisu. We'll just see how this goes with Pachirisu, because even though it's really good supporting options, its attacking options are not that great, but I like it for what it does. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, that's it for Patchy. Next up, for our fourth pick, at this point, I felt like going for my second A tier because I saw the A tiers going really fast at this point. So, with my fourth pick, I decided to go with Dragonite. Obviously, Dragonite Champal is a really popular option, so that's one of the main reasons why I picked it. But I really liked it on this team. Obviously, not just because of Tailwind. Obviously, you know, probably a good supporting option, but obviously two really good abilities in Inner Focus and Multiscale. Being immune to Intimidate is really good. In Multiscale, reducing the damage of super effective attacks is really good as well. And one of the main things for this is that it can be physical or special, having two both really good attack and special attack stats, which is something that I want to utilize on this team specifically. We do get priority with Aqua Jet and Extreme Speed, which is really good, but Aqua Jet is not really... I don't really like Aqua Jet on Dragonite, so E-Speed is the preferred priority move, sorry. Blanking there a bit. But yeah, as for physical attacks, you know, we have the classic Dragon Claw, E-Speed, Ice Spinner, Fire Punch, all the elemental punches, I believe. Yep. Get Iron Head, we got Rock Slide, various other good moves that can cover our weaknesses really well. And yeah, that's nothing else to be much said about Dragonite. Obviously, like, the one main thing is that it gets its physical attacks get boosted by Sword of Ruin from the Champal, which is really good. Obviously, it's going to be one of our main Terra Mons as well, with that classic Terra Normal E-Speed. So yeah, another one I haven't used this generation. Something that I wanted to experiment with as well in this season of UGA. Yeah, that's it for Dragonite. Next up, the next mon is another mon I actually wanted to use in other previous drafts, but it just never fell to me. But at this point, at round 5, it was there as a C tier pick. So with my 5th pick, I decided to pick the Zoroark Hisui. Obviously, it's a normal and ghost type, really unique typing to this generation. Obviously, it was introduced in Legends Arceus, but having access to now in Scarlet and Violet is really good. I really like the typing. It's really frail, but really good typing overshadows that. So yeah, let's just look at the stats right here. So yeah, really fast Pokemon. It has 110 base speed, 125 base special attack, and it's also a mixed attacker as well, with 100 base attack, which is really nice. Again, like, really plays a really pretty much similar role to Dragonite. That the fact it can be either special or physical is really nice. Defenses are quite concerning, but not really an issue when it has a really diverse move pool and a really good supporting move pool as well. So yeah, for support, you know, we got Will-O-Wisp, we got Taunt, we got Fake Tears as well, we got Helping Hand, lots of good supporting moves. It also gets Nasty Plot, so we can boost our own special attacking stat, and Swords Dance to boost our physical attacks. So yeah, overall, really diverse supporting move pool. I really like it. Oh, forgot to mention, it also gets Calm Mind. So yeah, lots of good utility moves to utilize for this team. As for the special attacking, it gets Bitter Malice, which is a unique move that it gets, which lowers its attack by the opposing Pokemon's attack stat by 1 stage. Now we do have Charm access early, so we won't exactly be using Bitter Malice, but when it needs to come, it'll be there. Again, it gets other good ghost stats. It has Nightshade, Shadow Ball. It gets Ice Wind as well, along with Snarl. Both good tech moves to have on Zoroark. Gets Psychic as well to hit the poison types and fighting types. Yeah, really good supporting move pool and a special attacking move pool. Now, the one thing I do want to check right now during this recording is the physical attack stat, or in its moves. So yeah, it gets foul play, knockoff, shadow claw, shadow sneak, which is good priority as well. Gets U-turn, so we can switch out anytime you want to. Yeah, other good supporting moves for on the physical side, but those are just the main three that I want to cover there. Yeah, I really like Zorak. I like the typing. I like illusion, especially on this team. So yeah, moving on to the our sixth pick. Now at this point, my team is really weak to rock, and I wanted to pick a steel type in Scizor in the B tier where Iron Moth is. But I decided to switch gears. I felt like I needed a water type more than I needed a steel type at the time. But I did end up picking a steel type later in the round, so it wasn't really a big issue, but it was quite a back and forth decision between this pick that I made and Scizor. But anyways, at the 6th overall pick that I made, I decided to get the Tauros Aqua. Again, the majority of this team I have not used before, the Mon specifically, so again, it's a big learning curve for me for some of these Pokemon. Yeah, I really like the Intimidate support. If I don't want to be running a Charm, Intimidate is really good. Now, I don't have a way of activating Anger Point specifically, but I think it would be a good ability if I ever come across like Masquerada or like any Frost Breath Pokemon that I can switch into and get that Anger Point boost. So that's something to consider as well. But as for stats, it has pretty good stats. Base 100 speed, so it's really fast. Not as fast as my top 3 fastest Pokemon, but really fast. Has good defense stats, 110 base attack, 75 HP is pretty good as well. Spadef, little concerning, but you can run Assault Vest, so we can fix that immediately with that low Spadef stat. Gets Aqua Jet as well, so really good priority move. That's why I didn't want to be running Aqua Jet on Dragonite, because I feel like Aqua Jet on the Tauros is a little bit more fitting, especially with the Stab Water option. Now, one thing I really do like about this Pokemon is that it gets a move that destroys screens. Outside of Brick Break, it gets Raging Bull, which becomes a priority depending on the user's form. Now, obviously, we are the water form, so Raging Bull becomes a water type move, and it breaks screens. So, yeah, my team really appreciates that, especially Chien-Pao and Dragonite that don't really like, even with the Sword of Ruin, like behind screens, Pokemon are going to take like an E-Speed pretty well. So having Raging Bull to destroy screens is really nice, and it's something that I'm thankful for having. Gets Wave Crash, which is the strongest stab option, which is also good there. And it gives a pretty diverse move pool as well. So yeah, another mon I'm excited to use. And it's another mon I haven't used as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with this mon. Next up, with our 7th overall pick, we decided to go with the Stonjourner. So now Stonjourner has a really nice attacking and defense stat, and it really synergizes really well with the Iron Moth, because we finally have access to Y-Guard for this team, which it really appreciates against Rock Slide, because our team is really Rock Slide weak, so having Y-Guard to stop that is nice. As for its other move pool, having a Power Spot, so with Power Spot we can boost our attacks by 1.3, so we can boost like Chien-Pao's damage and Dragonite's damage even more outside of Sword of Ruin. So if we don't have Chien-Pao on the field, having Power Spot to boost our attack even more is really nice. Overall, really slow Pokemon at base 70, but it's not bad. Our team is really fast anyways, so having a low speed tier is nice. Um, excuse me, to cover Trick Room options. And as I mentioned, it does have Wide Guard, so it's stopping Rock Slide, or EQs, discharges, all of those sorts. You know, we can boost our defense even more with Iron Defense. Has Rock Polish as well to boost our speed if we really wanted to, and Curse to lower our speed to utilize a Trick Room option if we come against a Trick Room team. Now this is really interesting. It gets Gravity, which is really cool. I did not know that it got Gravity, which is nice there for that if I ever wanted to run Gravity, but probably never. I'll probably never run Gravity. Now its remaining attacking options, it does get Body Press, so we can utilize its high defense stat there. You know, gets Earth EQ, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, the standard stuff. So yeah, that's it for the Stunjourner. I think along with Pachirisu, it's a really good supporting piece for this team. Otherwise, like without Stunjourner, I probably would be losing to Rock Slides and all those dual targeting moves as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Next up, with my 7th overall pick, or no, 8th overall pick, sorry. We have Go-Goat. Now, I wanted to pick my E tier pretty early, and just looking at the E tiers at the time, I didn't really like anything on the team. But with Go-Goat, it completes the Fire, Water, Grass core, which those three by themselves are really good. I like that core, so yeah, again, Go-Goat is another mon I haven't used yet. So continuing that theme there. Having the ability Sap Sipper is nice as well. Being a grass type and being immune to grass is really nice. Obviously, it's another good abuser of the Terra typing of water. So we can Terra Water and just take those grass attacks really well, and boost our attack at the same time. So yeah, really like it. On the physical side, really good move pool. You know, it has Play Rough, Rock Slide, gets Trailblaze. We get Horn Leech as well for recovery. Really good physical move pool, and at the same time, it can be a special attacker. It has a base 97 speed, or not speed, 97 base special attack. You know, it has Energy Ball, Giga Drain for recovery as well. Leaf Storm against Terra Blast, so we can utilize like a Terra Blast Water if we ever wanted to with that. But yeah, I really like Go-Goat. Has a high base HP at 123, which is really good on this mon. And we could be running Assault Vest as well on this if we want to boost our Spadef even more as well. So yeah, really good options. I really like this mon. I've seen other players use it and have good success with it, so I decided might as well try it out, see how well it goes. And yeah, that's it for Go-Goat. Now, at this point in the draft, like, there wasn't that much left on the board at the time, and I just wanted to fill out like good supporting roles to the team. So with our 9th, I believe 9th, right? Yeah, 9th overall pick, we decided to go with the Gothita. Now, at this point, I noticed that we really need to fake out a fake out user. We also needed a way to counteract Trick Room because our team is really fast, and at this point in the draft, I didn't have a way of stopping Trick Room, so drafting Gothita helps that out. Helps both those roles actually. Having Fake Out and Trick Room is really nice, and has 3 really good abilities. Obviously, we have Frisk, which reveals the items of the opposing side. Has Competitive, so we can neutralize those Intimidates from the other side as well. And we have Shadow Tag, so we can prevent specific Pokemon from switching out, so that our Chien-Pao or Dragonite can KO those mons immediately, if we ever wanted to. So yeah, both really good abilities. Glad I was able to pick it up this late in the draft. yeah, really stoked about this mon. Obviously, I mentioned as fake out, so having that is a really good option on our team. And Trick Room to stop potential Trick Room setters and Trick Room sweepers for that reason. As for the support move pool, like it's pretty deep. Gets both the dual screens, has Thunderwave, Taunt. Obviously mentioned Trick Room, also has Fake Tears and Charm, which is nice. Gets Hypnosis, gets Imprisoned Trick Room, which would be very useful. Gets Heal Pulse as well, so we can heal ourselves up. And also gets Skill Swap, which is nice as well. Whenever we play Dondozo, which I think hasn't been drafted, but if it ever does get picked up, then Skill Swap is nice for that. But yeah, overall, really nice stats. Defense, special attacks, SPDF, really good. Pretty decent HP at 60, not the worst, not the best. And 55 speed is alright for the trigger mode there. And being able to run EVLA boosts our defense as well, so yeah, I really like this mon for that. So yeah, another mon I haven't used before, excited to use it. We'll just see what happens. Now for these final two picks, like I said, for same thing goes for Gothorita. They're just good supporting pieces for the rest of our mons. So with my 11th pick, I decided to go for the Oricorio, and specifically Oricorio Pom Pom. Now the Oricorio forms this generation have been separated instead of going to one, so yeah, I decided to pick the electric type Oricorio form. The others didn't quite fit well with my team, and I felt like having another Tailwind user instead of Dragonite will be nice, and it's a low tier pick, so having Oricorio is nice for that. And it also synergizes well with the Iron Moth, because with the Dancer ability we can copy Fiery Dance and potentially boost our special attack. Now sadly it's not the same as Volcarona, where we can like spam Quiver Dance, and Oricorio next to it will be able to spam Quiver Dance. So unfortunately it's not the same for that, but it does get Quiver Dance this generation, which is really good. So yeah, I like it for that. As for its stats, it's pretty decent. Let's see here. Yeah, base 93 speed, pretty fast. Just under the Pachirisu in terms of speed. Got a decent special attack with 98, boosted up with Quiver Dance or Fiery Dance Dancer. This can do a lot of damage. The defense stats are pretty alright as well. We are weak to Rock Slide, but with a Terra typing to potentially like a Ground or a Water type, kind of mitigates that damage output from a Rock type move. And being able to utilize Terra Blast with this mon is really nice as well. But Revelation Dance is basically a higher Terra Blast, so we could do like Terra Ground or Terra Water, like I mentioned, plus Revelation Dance. That's gonna do a lot of damage, because since it's a higher base power than Terra Blast. So yeah, I really like this mon. Again, it's another mon I've used before, but only a little bit, so I want to try it out in doubles. Yeah, and we'll just see how it goes. Now, it probably will be our main Tailwind user, because Dragonite doesn't really want to run Tailwind, but it can. It's an option, so yeah. I really like Oricorio, especially this form. I like the cheerleader perspective to it, so yeah, we'll just see what happens. And then finally, with our final pick, I decided to go with Fortress. Now this completes the steel typing aspect of the team that we desperately needed. Now by this point, Scizor was already taken, so I couldn't take it during Grace trades, unfortunately. But picking up Fortress here, really slow Pokemon, so we can utilize it in Trick Room or against other Trick Room teams. Having a really unique typing in Bug and Steel provides a lot of resistance, especially to Rock and Fairy, which this team really likes to have. you know, having sturdy and overcoat, both pretty decent abilities, but in specific circumstances. Yeah, we'll just see what happens with that. Diverse move pool, you know, gets body press, iron defense, iron head, ice spinner, just to name a few moves off the top of my head. But yeah, overall, really good Pokemon. Yeah, nice low tier supporting option as well. So yeah, that's my team review of my season 4 UGA team. Make sure to follow the channel as I upload the battles. Now for week 1, it won't be this week like I mentioned. It will most likely be uploaded next week whenever we schedule for week 1, because my opponent is currently on vacation. So yeah, we just have to wait for them to come back and schedule the match. So yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys for week 1. See you later, guys.